Good morning to everybody. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes, good morning.
Okay. Miss Boulay, are you ready to go?
Good morning, I'm ready.
And Miss Kunkel?
Yes, Judge, I'm ready.
All right. We're on the record in proceeding number 25G-0171TO. My name is Connor Farley. I'm the administrative law judge assigned to this proceeding. It is approximately 9:03 a.m. on November 3rd, 2025, and this remote evidentiary hearing is being webcast. This remote evidentiary hearing was scheduled in decision number R25-0636-I that issued on September 2nd, 2025. I will take appearances. Starting with, go ahead.
Assistant Attorney General Jennifer Hayden and Aileen Chong appearing on behalf of trial staff of the Public Utilities Commission. With us today is Investigator Aaron Hazlett of trial staff.
Okay. And I'm not seeing that the respondent is here. Has anybody had any communication at all with the respondent?
Yes, Your Honor. Just most recently, Investigator Hazlett did have a phone conversation with Mr. Berry, notifying him of this proceeding. She also emailed him a copy of the Zoom link to the email address that she had.
Okay. And I'm assuming the Zoom link was at this morning.
Let me check on that. I don't think it was this morning.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, let's do the following. You can find out when that email went out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a 15-minute recess just to give the respondent more opportunity to appear here today. And when we get back, if you could let me know when that email went out. And I'm sure you'll solicit this testimony from Investigator Hazlett as well, but also when the phone conversation took place. So with that, we will be in recess until 9:20 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Miss Boulay, are you ready to go?
I am ready.
And Miss Hayden?
Yes, Your
I'm
Honor.
sorry. Uh, Miss Kunkel.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, great. We're back on the record in proceeding number 25G-0171TO. We took a break to give the respondent further opportunity to appear here today. I do not see that the respondent is participating in this webcast at this time. Miss Hayden, Miss Chong, do you have any information about the respondent and whether the respondent intended to appear today?
Your Honor, I cannot speak to the respondent's intentions, although I do know that Investigator Hazlett spoke with Mr. Berry by phone on October 21st. Mr. Berry had reached out to the PUC on October 20th in regards to a newly issued CPAN that he received and had questions. Investigator Hazlett followed up, spoke with Mr. Berry on October 21st by phone, notified him of the upcoming hearing on November 3rd, requested an updated email address, which Mr. Berry provided, and then Investigator Hazlett followed up with an email Zoom link to Mr. Berry last Friday.
Last Friday, so 31st. Can you still hear me? I'm having some computer issues here.
Yes, I can hear you. To clarify, was that Friday, October 31st? Let's see. I'm checking, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
I apologize, Your Honor. To correct the record, the email was sent on Thursday, the 30th.
Okay, thank you. So, bottom line, Miss Hayden, do you have any information or reason to, well, information doesn't sound like you have any information about Mr. Berry's intentions in attending this hearing. Also sounds like you don't have any reason to think that we should not go forward today. In other words, that we should continue this hearing. Is that fair characterization?
It is, Your Honor. In the discussion with between Mr. Berry and Investigator Hazlett, Mr. Berry did allege that he is not involved with the towing, and he gave the business to his partner.
Okay.
So beyond that, there's no information on record with the PUC or the Secretary of State that would indicate any other ownership besides Mr. Berry. Staff is ready to proceed.
Okay. And you have no information that Mr. Berry wants to participate today, but had some sort of conflict that would not allow him to appear today. Is that accurate?
That is accurate, Your Honor.
Okay. Um, so I've looked at the docket as well, and let me just say I'm planning on going forward here today. But by way of a housekeeping measure, I think is there still an outstanding motion to amend the CPAN?
I don't think it's outstanding, Your Honor. I thought that in the prior decision that was issued, the the commission ruled on it, adopted the requested relief that the request to dismiss violations 2, 3, 4, and 5 was granted. The issue of doubling the fines, given that these are the same allegations within the last year, are warranted. That was also granted. And that was I don't have the decision in front of me, but setting the procedural schedule that granted staff's motions that was quickly filed in the case.
Okay, give me a moment.
Your Honor, I believe that's in decision number R25-0538-I.
Okay, give me just a moment. You are correct. That was granted in that decision that you just referenced that issued on July 23rd, 2025. I had overlooked that. So, okay. So, what we're going forward with in the original CPAN is counts 1 and 6 through 10. Is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
And I don't believe I ordered you to file an amended CPAN. I just said that it was so amended. But first of all, am I right about that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So what you had asked for and what you had asked for in the motion to amend and what was granted in the decision that you recited was dismissal of claims 2 through 5, and then the doubling of the sought penalties for all of the remaining counts. Do I have that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So, with that, why don't we go forward and you can call your first witness.
Your Honor, prior to call first witness, staff does have a preliminary matter.
Okay, go right ahead.
Your Honor, given the respondent's failure to appear, staff is seeking an entry of default.
I'm going to deny your motion for entry of default, and you should go ahead and present your evidence.
Your Honor, would the commission allow staff to make a record requesting a motion for default?
Yes, you can make a record.
Your Honor, this matter comes before the court, or excuse me, the commission. Staff would be seeking a motion for default. Colorado Revised Statutes 24-4-105 does grant the authority to the commission to enter a default, and staff is moving for a default against the respondent, Mr. Berry, of Precision Towing and Recovery. Within, excuse me, here the CPAN was served on respondent by a certified first-class mail with return receipt requested to the address on file with the PUC for the designated agent, who is Mr. Berry. Further steps were taken to attempt additional service on the Secretary of State's registered agent. Colorado Revised Statute 24-4-1052B states that any person that's given such notice shall file a written answer within 30 days after the service of a mailing or such notice. And if such person fails to answer, any agency, administrative law judge, or hearing officer upon motion may enter a default. Arguably, the CPAN does require an answer. If we were to take a look at the CPAN, there are 4 options for a respondent to resolve the matter. The first option is that the respondent may pay a reduced amount that's shown in that total amount if paid within the 10 calendar days section. And that thus provides an answer that acknowledges liability for all the violations in the CPAN, and it would resolve the matter. Another option, in order to answer the CPAN, 2, respondent may pay the reduced amount within 10 days, but not for all of the violations. And then the respondent has the ability to answer by providing which violations are being contested, and then to contact the PUC to schedule that hearing on the remaining violations. Respondent may also opt for option number 3, that the respondent may contest all of the alleged violations. And within that CPAN is instructed that they must contact the PUC to schedule that hearing, thereby initially answering that notice of complaint to appear. The notice advisal continues that one fails to answer by contacting the commission, that they will go ahead and schedule a hearing. The commission will set that for a hearing. There's also a fourth option in order for a respondent to answer a CPAN, is that after that civil penalty assessment has become that notice to appear, that the respondent still may avoid that hearing by answering with paying the full payment in the total amount shown. Additionally, Your Honor, in support of this request, the Commission Rule 1001 states where not otherwise inconsistent with Title 40 or these rules, that the ALJ may seek guidance or employ the rules of civil procedure. And staff is respectfully requesting that Your Honor employ those rules of civil procedure and enter a default against the respondent under CRCP Rule 55A. Provided a default would be forthcoming, then staff would follow up with all the requisite requirements to seek the default judgment under Rule 55B and CRCP 121, sections 1 through 14 that require all the necessary documents to support such a default judgment in this case.
Understood. I am going to deny the motion for entry of default. And I will just say on the record now that you did a good job of summarizing what the CPAN states in terms of respondents' options. And I think the best interpretation of those options is that there is no requirement to actually file an answer or file anything with the commission. That's my interpretation of the four options, and in particular the fourth one, that as you noted, I mean, it states after this document has become a notice of complaint to appear, you may avoid a hearing in this matter at any time prior to the scheduled hearing if you pay the full amount shown in the quote total amount end quote section. So I think the best interpretation of the CPAN as it's currently written is that you don't have to formally respond to the CPAN in order to avoid entry of default against you. It contemplates non-communication by the respondent, in which case a hearing will be set, and presumably the hearing will then go forward. That's, in my view, the best interpretation of the CPAN, and thus there is no notice to the respondent that if you do not take action in the form of some formal answer to the CPAN, that entry of default can happen. I would also note that the statute that you referenced, Colorado Revised Statutes 24-4-105, 2B, I believe it was that you cited. I'll cut to this chase. It uses the word may in stating what the ALJ's responsibility is, and it states an ALJ, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but may enter a default. It's not required by an ALJ. So given that latitude given to me, and given my interpretation of the CPAN and what it requires or not of a respondent, I'm going to deny your motion for entry of default at this time. So do you have anything further that you'd like to address before we move on?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. So go ahead and call your witness, please.
Your Honor, staff calls Aaron Hazlett to the stand.
Thank you, and welcome, Investigator Hazlett. And I apologize for having gotten your pronounced your last name incorrectly earlier. I apologize for that. But welcome, and please raise your right hand and answer the following question. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you. Please state your name for the record and spell it for purposes of the record.
Yes, my name is Erin Hazlett, and it's spelled E-R-I-N. Last is H-A-I-S-L-E-T-T.
And is it Hazlett?
Hazlett, correct.
So I think I got it right earlier then.
Just now you got it wrong before. Yes, Hazlett is good.
I was following your counsel's lead. I think your counsel referred to you as Hazlett or something like that. Anyway, my hearing ain't the greatest. Ms. Hayden, please go ahead.
Thank you. Investigator Hazlett, by who are you employed?
The Public Utilities Commission for the state of Colorado.
And how long have you been employed with the Public Utilities Commission?
In November, it will be 4 years.
Do you have any prior law enforcement experience?
Yes, roughly about 26 years.
Okay. And what is your current position with the PUC?
I'm a criminal investigator with the transportation section.
And can you briefly describe your duties as a criminal investigator with the PUC?
We investigate carriers that are regulated by the commission, such as towing carriers, limos, moving companies, limo or taxis. That's
And were you investigating Mr. Reginald Berry of Precision Towing and Recovery for PUC violations?
Yes, I was.
Did Mr. Berry apply for a towing permit?
Yes, he did.
Could we please pull up what's been marked as hearing exhibit 16? If we could blow that up a little bit. Investigator Hazlett, what is this?
This is a composite report of the online application for a towing permit.
And do you recognize this document?
Yes, I do.
And how do you recognize this document?
I retrieved the document from our database and saved it to the file.
And is this a record kept in the ordinary course of business by the PUC?
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit hearing exhibit 16.
Hearing exhibit 16 is admitted.
And Investigator Hazlett, can you see the information displayed on the page for you?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Okay. When was this application filed?
It was filed on February 1st, 2024.
And if we could please scroll to the bottom of page 2. Who filed this application?
Reginald Berry,
And what is Reginald Berry's relationship to the business?
owner.
Is there any information on file with the PUC that this ownership changed?
No, there's not.
If we could please scroll back up to page 1. Who is listed as the, if we could scroll down a little bit, who is listed as the, thank you, designated agent?
Reginald Berry.
And did Mr. Berry appropriately fill out all the necessary information in this application to obtain a permit?
That's what it appears like, yes.
And was Precision Towing issued a permit?
Yes, they were.
If we could please take this down. And did the PUC receive information by way of complaints to investigate Mr. Berry of Precision Towing?
Yes.
If we could please pull up what's been marked as hearing exhibit 1. Investigator Hazlett, based on those complaints, did you ultimately issue a CPAN to Mr. Berry of Precision Towing?
Yes, I did.
And Investigator Hazlett, what is this?
This is the CPAN that I created for issuing to Reginald Berry Precision Towing and Recovery.
And how do you recognize this?
I created it.
Okay, and is this a record kept in the ordinary course of PUC business?
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit hearing exhibit 1.
Hearing exhibit 1 is admitted.
Investigator Hazlett, is this the CPAN that you issued to respondent?
Yes, it is.
And you are aware that the CPAN was amended in this case, right?
Yes, I am.
And that violations 2 through 5 were dismissed?
Yes, I'm aware.
What rules is Mr. Berry of Precision Towing alleged to have violated in this CPAN?
Failing to maintain and file insurance with the commission and not having a permit, a towing permit.
And were the fines doubled in this case?
Yes, they were.
Why is that?
Original Berry of Precision Towing was issued a CPAN previously, about a year ago, for the same violations.
Thank you, and we'll circle back to that. Investigator Hazlett, what are the dates of the alleged violations in this CPAN?
So October 14th, 2024, October 17th, 2024, and February 7th, 2025.
Why are there different dates of violations?
Because of the different towing complaints that were made, the different tows, there were 5 in total.
So this case has multiple tows?
That is correct.
And were those tows consolidated into one CPAN?
Yes.
Okay, if we could please take this exhibit down. Investigator Hazlett, what type of business is Mr. Berry engaged in?
Towing.
And is that type of business regulated by the PUC?
Yes, it is.
In regards to the current case before the commission, did Precision have an active permit to tow on the dates of violation?
No, they did not.
Did Precision have insurance on file with the PUC during the times of those tows?
No, they did not.
If we could please take a look at what's been marked as staff's hearing exhibit 2, the public version, please. And if we could scroll down to the second page, thank you. Investigator Hazlett, do you recognize this document?
Yes, I do.
What is this document?
This is a composite report from our IFMS database. It's an integrated filing management system.
What kind of information is contained in IFMS?
It's a consolidated report showing all the information for the towing permit for Precision Towing and Recovery.
And is this a record kept in the ordinary course of PUC business?
Yes.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit hearing exhibit 2.
Exhibit 2 is admitted.
Both the public and confidential versions, Your Honor.
They're both admitted.
If we could please take a look at the contact information on page 3. I get tripped up with those title pages. What is the mailing? I'm sorry, if we could scroll up. It is on page 2, please. Thank you. What is the mailing address on file with the PUC?
It's 420 West Cedar Avenue, apartment 102 in Denver, Colorado, 80223.
And what is the most recent physical address on file with the PUC?
It is 2655 East 52nd Avenue, Denver, Colorado, 80223.
Are these the same addresses that Mr. Berry used in his application we just looked at in hearing exhibit 16?
Yes, I believe so.
If we could scroll down to the next page, on page 3, where it lists the designated agent information. Investigator Hazlett, who is listed as the designated agent in this report?
Reginald Berry.
Is there any information on file with PUC that this information has changed?
No, there's not.
Is the designated agent's address on file with the PUC the same as the mailing address listed above here?
Yes, it is.
You previously testified that Precision was issued a permit, is that right?
That's correct.
And at the bottom of page 3, was the permit later suspended?
Yes, it was.
When was the permit suspended?
October 13th, 2024.
On October 13th or August 13th?
Oh, I'm sorry. I got October in my head. I apologize. I can't read. It's August 13th, 2024.
And is that the date located here at the bottom of page 3, I think that we're looking at?
Yes, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Why was the permit suspended?
The insurance was canceled.
And what was the status of the permit after that suspension period ended?
It was eventually revoked through show cause.
Thank you. If we could please scroll down to page 4. When was it revoked?
It was revoked September 25th, 2024.
Thank you. If we could please take this exhibit down. And we'll come back to that show cause revocation that you mentioned. Investigator Hazlett, was this CPAN served on the respondent?
Yes, it was.
If we could please pull up what's been marked as hearing exhibit 3. And Investigator Hazlett, while that's happening, will you tell us, please, what steps you took to serve the respondent?
I sent certified mail to the designated agent and the Secretary of State's registered agent. And I actually went to the address also, West Cedar Avenue.
Okay, let's break that down a little bit. What are we looking at here?
This is the letter that I sent to Reginald Berry at the designated address that was listed with IFM's our commission report.
So do you recognize this exhibit?
Yes, I do.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit hearing exhibit 3.
Hearing exhibit 3 is admitted.
And Investigator Hazlett, you just testified that the address that you used here, is that the same one that's on file with the PUC?
Yes, that's the address for the mailing and the designated agent on file.
Thank you. If we could please take this down. And you said, but you took it a step further. You took steps to serve the Secretary of State registered agent. Is that correct?
That is correct.
If we could please pull up what's been marked as hearing exhibit 12. What steps did you take to track down the Secretary of State designated registered agent? Excuse me.
Went to the Secretary of State website. I looked up precision towing and recoveries, listed Secretary of State, and it showed that there was a change of registered agent. And so I sent the mailing to the current registered agent on file with the Secretary of State.
Investigator Hazlett, what are we looking at here?
This is the statement of change I found in the file for prison towing. It looks like Reginald Berry had changed the registered agent in May of 24.
And based on your investigation, did you keep this report in the ordinary course of business?
Yes, I do.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit hearing exhibit 12.
Hearing exhibit 12 is admitted.
Investigator Hazlett, when was this filed?
May 14th, 2024.
And who is the registered agent on file with the Secretary of State?
It's Anthony Chacon.
And if we could scroll down just a little bit, what is the address being used for the Secretary of State registered agent?
2655 East 52nd Avenue in Denver.
And that's the physical address for Mr. Berry's precision towing, is that right?
That is correct.
And if we could scroll down to page 2, who filed this?
Reginald Berry.
Okay. And that's the same Reginald Berry listed as the designated agent on file with the PUC, is that right?
That is correct.
All right, if we could please take this down and pull up what's been marked as staff's hearing exhibit 4. You had mentioned that you had sent a mailing to the registered agent on file with the Secretary of State, is that right?
That is correct.
And Investigator Hazlett, what are we looking at here?
This is the certified letter I sent to Anthony Chacon, the registered agent on Secretary of State.
And are you familiar with this document?
Yes, I am.
And is this a document that's regularly kept in the ordinary course of business by the PUC?
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit hearing exhibit 4.
4 is admitted.
And this is the same, Mr. Chacon is the same person named in the statement of change we just discussed, is that right?
That's correct.
And this went to the physical address for Mr. Berry at Precision, is that we find in the IFMs, is that right?
That's correct.
And did you send these certified mail?
Yes, I did.
With return receipt requested?
Yes.
Thank you. If we could please take this down. Investigator Hazlett, did you receive those return receipt requested green cards back?
Yes, but they were still attached to the letter. They were never delivered.
Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at those. If we could please pull up what's been marked as staff's hearing exhibit 10. Investigator Hazlett, what are we looking at here?
That is the return receipt still attached to the letter that I sent to Reginald Berry.
And if we could please pull up what's been marked as hearing exhibit 11. And Investigator Hazlett, what are we looking at here?
That's the green card still attached to the letter that I sent to Anthony Chacon with the registered agent for Secretary of State.
And with these two exhibits, are you familiar with these green cards?
Yes, I am.
And is it the regular practice of the PUC to send certified mailings return receipt requested in the ordinary course of business?
Yes.
And did you keep these and maintain these records as part of your practice with the Public Utilities Commission?
Yes.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit both hearing exhibits 10 and 11.
10 and 11 are admitted.
If we could please take this down. Investigator Hazlett, were you able to also track these documents through the mail system?
Yes, I was.
So in addition to the return receipt, did you get some sort of records that showed you where each of these went?
Yes, the website for the Postal Service has a tracking for the tracking number that was on each certified mail.
Okay, if we could please pull up what's been marked as hearing exhibit 7. Investigator Hazlett, what are we looking at here?
This is the tracking results for the certified mail that I sent to, I believe this one is for Reginald Berry. I could be wrong.
I think, yeah, 11 ends in 1105. Is this to the IFM's designated agent, Mr. Berry?
Yes.
And are you familiar with this?
Yes, I am.
And how are you familiar with this?
I pulled it from the website and saved it to the case file.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit hearing exhibit 7.
7 is admitted.
Investigator Hazlett, what was the status of the mailing to Mr. Berry?
It was returned to the commission because it went undelivered. Apologize.
Is that indicated anywhere on this form?
It's at the top. It says your item was returned to the sender on March 21st.
Okay, and what does that alert indicate?
It was because the addressee was not known at the delivery address noted on the package.
Okay. So in addition to this, then you moved on to the Secretary of State agent, is that right?
Yes.
If we could please pull up what's been marked as hearing exhibit 8. Investigator Hazlett, so this tracking ends in 1112. Are you familiar with this?
Yes, that is a certified mail that I sent to Anthony Chacon for Secretary of State registered agent.
And was this record kept in the ordinary course of PUC business?
Yes, it was.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit hearing exhibit 8.
8 is admitted.
What was the status of this mailing, Investigator Hazlett?
They left notice at the delivery address. It went unclaimed, so they returned it to the sender, which is the commission, on April 5th, 2025.
Okay. Do you have some additional information in regards to this 1112 mailing?
Yes, I did.
If we could please take this down and pull up what's been marked as hearing exhibit 9. And Investigator Hazlett, this is the tracking to the Secretary of State agent that ends in 1112, is that right?
Correct.
And are you familiar with this document?
Yes.
And how are you familiar with this document?
I pulled it from the USPS website and saved it to the case file.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit hearing exhibit 9.
9 is admitted.
Investigator Hazlett, the tracking number on this exhibit was the same one as the last one in exhibit 8, is that right?
Correct.
And what is the status of this mailing?
At the top, it says they attempted delivery on the item on March 20th, 2025 in Denver. Notice was left because the authorized recipient was not available. Sorry, I'm trying to read it. It's very small.
Did you include this and later update it to show what
Yes.
the result was in exhibit 8?
Yes, because sometimes the Postal Service will put a notice like that, which, and then they, put updates, but they don't have that same update. So I save it sometimes multiple times. So this just shows that they attempted delivery. It went unclaimed. And so then the first one we saw earlier shows that it was unclaimed and sent back to the commission. This just shows that they attempted delivery on March 20th.
Okay, so the end result was that the mailing to the Secretary of State registered agent was that the notice was left and then went unclaimed. Is that right?
That's correct.
If we could please take this exhibit down. Investigator Hazlett, we previously ran through that IFMS report that you mentioned regarding permitting, the revocation of a permit. And now I'd like to draw your attention to the issue of insurance. Did Precision have insurance on file with the PUC during the time of the alleged tows?
No, they did not.
If we could please pull up Hearing Exhibit 2 again. Scroll to the bottom of page 3. We're circling back on your mention of that show cause hearing. In the section insurance information,
Yes.
what did your investigation reveal as it pertains to insurance on file with the PUC?
That the insurance policy was canceled on August 13th, 2024.
Okay, thank you. If we could please take this down and pull up what's been marked as Hearing Exhibit 13. Investigator Hazlett, what is this record?
This is a letter of cancellation of insurance policies that are sent to the commission by the insurance company for the respective company that is being canceled.
So you're familiar with this document?
Yes, I am.
And is this regularly kept in the course of PUC business?
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit Hearing Exhibit 13.
13 is admitted.
Investigator Hazlett, what type of insurance is being canceled here?
Bodily injury and property damage.
And on what date does this letter say that the cancellation takes effect?
13th of August, 2024.
And who was this sent to?
This was sent to the commission for
Okay.
precision towing and recovery.
And does it designate the address that they sent to the prior holder of this insurance?
Yeah, it lists the address at 420 West Cedar Avenue, apartment 102, Denver, Colorado, 80223.
And that's the one belonging to the designated agent, Mr. Barry.
That is correct.
Thank you. If we could take this down and please pull up what's been marked as Hearing Exhibit 14. Investigator Hazlett, what are we looking at here?
It's the same type of notice of cancellation of insurance policy, but this one is for cargo insurance for
Okay.
precision towing.
And are you familiar with this document?
Yes, I am.
And is this kept in the ordinary course of PUC business?
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit Hearing is Exhibit 14.
14 is admitted.
And in regards to the cargo, these are basically the same exhibits as 13 and 14, right? The cancellation of the different types of insurance.
Correct.
And these are on file with the PUC.
Yes, they are.
And was this also sent to Mr. Barry?
Well, this one is sent to the commission notifying that the cancellation of the precision towing's insurance.
Okay. And that specifies the date that the insurance is being canceled.
Correct.
And that's reflected in that IFMS report we just looked at. Is that right?
That is correct.
If we could please take this down. So does the PUC then follow up with its own notice regarding the insurance issue with the respondent?
Yes, the commission sends a letter out saying the date of the cancellation and that the permit will be suspended.
All right, if we could please pull up what's been marked as staff's Hearing Exhibit 15, the public version, please. Investigator Hazlett, are you familiar with this document?
Yes, I am.
And how are you familiar with this document?
I uploaded it and saved it to the case file.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit hearing exhibit 15.
15
Both
is admitted.
the public and confidential version. Sorry.
Both are admitted.
Investigator Hazlett, who did the PUC mail this letter to?
Reginald Berry at Precision Towing and Recovery, the designated agent address.
And when was this letter dated?
July 22nd, 2024.
And what does it say?
It's notifying a summary suspension and complaint of hearing. So it's notifying him that the insurance, they received information that the insurance will be canceled on the effective date of August 13th, 2024. And beyond that date, if they need to cease and desist all operations of towing because their permit will be suspended.
Was there a show cause hearing in this matter?
Yes, in the second paragraph, it says that the show cause hearing is scheduled for August 14th, 2024.
And do you know what date the decision from that show cause would become a final decision of the commission?
September 25th, 2024. Yes.
Okay. And that's the same date on the IFMs where the insurance caused the revocation, is that right?
Yes, that's when they became revoked.
Your Honor, if the commission would take judicial notice of decision number R24-0628 and proceeding number 24C-0313-INS. Investigator Hazlett, that's the decision that was issued revoking the permit due to insurance, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Judicial notice is so taken.
If we could please take this down. Investigator Hazlett, so you've previously testified that Precision's towing permit was revoked on September 25th, 2024, is that right?
Correct.
And you just testified that Precision's towing insurance had been previously canceled on August 13th, 2024, is that right?
Yes.
So fair to say Precision Towing had no authority to be offering to operate or even operating as a tow carrier after September 25th, 2024. Is that right?
That is correct.
And did the alleged violations in the CPAN that you previously testified to all take place after that revocation date of September 25th, 2020?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And so since that date, did the PUC receive complaints about Mr. Berry and Precision Towing?
Yes.
Did you investigate each of those complaints?
Yes, I did.
How many were there?
There were 5.
All right, if we could, let's take those in sequential order from the first date of violation back on October 14th, 2024, okay?
Yes.
So a complaint came in on October 14th, 2024, is that right?
That is correct. Or that's when the tow occurred, not when the complaint came in. The complaint came in just after that.
Who made that complaint?
It was Felix Martinez.
Were you able to speak with Mr. Martinez about the complaint that he made?
Yes, I was.
And what did you learn in speaking with Mr. Martinez based on your investigation?
I learned that his vehicle, which was a a Jeep Grand Cherokee, was towed on October 14th, 2024 from the Super 8, which was at 5888 North Broadway Street in Denver. So his vehicle was towed. It was towed in the morning about midnight. So he made several calls to Precision Towing and Recovery to retrieve his vehicle. And he was told that he could not retrieve the vehicle because they had no one available. He was also told that he needed to have ownership paperwork when at that time he could pick up his vehicle. So he went to the towing yard, which was 2655 East 52nd Avenue in Denver, and he noticed that the gate was open. So he went inside the gate to pull paperwork documents from his vehicle, from his Jeep. to confirm ownership. A couple minutes after he was in the tow yard, cameras picked him up, and Precision Towing had called him saying that they had video of him inside the tow yard, and that they were going to file charges for trespassing, and that he would never get his Jeep out ever. So actually, charges were pressed. A police report was filed, and it took a couple days for Felix to get his vehicle out. He had to call the Denver Police Department and do a couple of civil standbys, but he eventually got it out on the 17th of October for $2,500.
Okay, let's break that down a little bit. You had mentioned that Mr. Martinez went into the tow yard to get the requisite paperwork to show ownership. Is that right?
That is correct.
And you said a police report was taken. Is that right?
That's correct.
And did you request a copy of that police report?
Yes, I did.
Did the PUC receive that record in the course of your investigation?
Yes.
And does the PUC keep such records in the regular course of its investigations?
Yes, I do.
Your Honor, staff would move to admit hearing exhibit 23. It was filed entirely confidential, given the information that was contained in it. And I'd like to follow up with, well, let me stop there.
23 is admitted. So how would you like to handle this?
Well, I have just general questions about the information in regards to the tow, not any personal identifying information, though.
Okay. Does it need to be shown on screen?
There's only a confidential version.
Only a confidential
There
version?
is, Your Honor.
Right.
I don't have a public version. So
Okay.
we'll
I mean, are you asking to go into confidential session? It sounds like you are, and that you want to show it on the screen. Alternatively, I'll have to download it myself. I can look at it here on my own, but Investigator Hazlett may need the benefit of seeing it.
Your Honor, it's not. Your Honor, I know that Investigator Hazlett is familiar with the contents of this report. It is not very lengthy, and the summary in which Investigator Hazlett would testify to does not contain personal identifying information. So
Okay.
if we don't have to pull it up and we can speak about it generally, alternatively, we could. I don't think we need a confidential outbreak unless that would be the commission's preference.
Okay. Give me just a moment. Let me ask Ms. Kunkel. Ms. Kunkel, is there a public version of this that you're aware of? Because I'm just looking on
There is,
filing.
it's just a cover sheet of
it's just-
23, so it's not redacted in any way since the whole thing was confidential.
Okay. So give me just a moment. Let's not go into confidential session. And I have it in front of me now. Investigator Hazlett, if at any time you need to see it, we'll go into confidential session. But go ahead, Ms. Hayden.
Investigator Hazlett, are you familiar with the contents of that report?
Yes, I am.
Do you recall what the date that report was taken?
I believe it was the next day on October 15th, 2024, but I could be wrong. So don't quote me. I didn't memorize that date.
You're correct, because the report then references an incident that took place the night before. Is that right? On October 14th?
Yes, the trespass actually occurred on October 14th, 2024.
Do you recall where that incident took place?
2655 East 52nd Avenue in Denver, lot
And what
number
is
19.
Sorry, go ahead.
Lot number 19, if that's on there.
And what is located at that address?
That is the storage facility for Precision Towing and Recovery, and that's their physical address.
Who made the complaint?
It was Reginald Berry.
And did Mr. Berry identify himself as the owner in that police report?
Yes, he did.
And of the owner of that location, that address?
Yeah, he said he was the owner of Precision Towing and Recovery, and for that location.
And do you know whether Mr. Berry pressed charges or not?
He did press charges.
And is that indicated in that report as well?
Yes.
Um, Investigator Hazlett, you also testified that somebody from Precision Towing contacted Mr. Martinez. Is that right?
Yes.
Do you know who that was?
He didn't get a name. It was just the phone number that would call him and his girlfriend. Then we're trying to get the vehicle out.
And explain to me once again what did you learn during the course of your investigation as to how Mr. Martinez was able to get his car back?
So Felix Martinez, because there's two Martinez. So he contacted the Denver Police Department saying that he wanted to get his vehicle. He contacted the Denver Police Department. Then he was issued a citation for trespass. But the Denver Police Department officers told him that even with the trespass citation, he should still be able to get his Jeep back. So the Denver Police Department made calls to Precision Towing, the phone number that kept calling Felix Martinez. Eventually, they were able to set up a time and date for the officers, Felix, and Precision Towing all to be at the tow yard to retrieve the vehicle, which was October 17th, 2024.
Okay. And you had said Mr. Felix Martinez had to pay some certain amount to get it out. Is that right?
Yes, he had to pay $2,500 to retrieve his vehicle. And he was actually told the reason it was so high is because of the trespass onto the storage lot.
Okay. If we could please pull up what's been marked as a staff's hearing exhibit 25. Investigator Hazlett, do you recognize this?
Yes, I do.
Oh, and what are we looking at here?
This is the receipt that Felix Martinez received electronically after paying for the retrieval of his vehicle.
And did you keep this in the regular course of PUC business?
Yes, I do.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit hearing exhibit 25.
25 is admitted.
And Investigator Hazlett, how much was this for?
$2,500.
And that's what Mr. Felix Martinez paid.
That is correct.
And what did you learn as part of your investigation? Why the rate was so high?
Felix Martinez was told by the individuals at Precision Towing is that because he trespassed on the storage lot, that's the rate was so high. They charged him so much.
Thank you. If we could please take this down. At this time, were you trying to resolve this matter with Mr. Berry?
Yes, I had called him because initially his permit was revoked. So I just called him and thought maybe he did not know his permit was revoked and he did not want to handle the situation.
Okay.
Denied ownership.
If we could please pull up what's been marked as staff's hearing exhibit 24.
This will be the public version.
Thank you. Investigator Hazlett, what are we looking at here?
This is an email I sent to Reginald. I was trying to um, get refunds for the vehicle owners rather than issue him a civil penalty, just because the amounts were so high for each vehicle owner to get their vehicle out that I really just wanted to recover their loss than deal with any other CPANs or anything. So
And did you keep this communication in the regular course of PUC business?
yes.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit hearing exhibit 24, the confidential and public version, please.
24, both versions are admitted.
Investigator Hazel, if we scroll down a little bit, did you include a copy of the CPAN when you sent this to Mr. Barry?
Oh, yes, I did.
And on what date was this sent?
April 30th, 2025.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
actually,
Uh-huh.
I did send a previous email asking him for refunds. This was just an email saying, I tried to get a refund from you, but that didn't happen. So this is where we're at. This is the CPAN. So this is the CPAN that we're talking about right now. But previously email, I tried to get a refunds for the complaints. Sorry.
Okay. No, that's okay. So this exhibit might be a little bit out of order, is what you're telling me. Is that right?
A little bit. It's fine.
Okay. My apologies. All right. If we could please take this this exhibit down. And into you had further investigated Mr. Felix Martinez's complaint as to the fee. Did you receive any additional information as to you had testified why it was so high about the calling of the cops? Did you receive any information that you included in your investigation?
Yeah, I tried to look up what was on the receipt. It didn't pan out to because it was in Spanish, so I'm not sure. It didn't come back to anything. So
did you obtain any texts between the owners of the vehicle trying to coordinate that with the police and get their car back?
yes, I did.
If we could please pull up what's been marked as staff's hearing exhibit 26. Investigator Hazlett, are you familiar with this?
Yes.
How are you familiar with this?
I obtained it from Felix and his girlfriend for the communication back and forth between them and precision towing and recovery.
And did you keep this in the ordinary course of PUC business?
Yes, I did.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit hearing exhibit 26.
26 is admitted.
Investigator Hazlett, what did you glean from these texts back and forth?
That they were not happy. They were not happy that Felix had entered their storage lot. So they said that they're going to call the cops on the boyfriend. One thing just to note is that Felix had mainly spoke Spanish, so the girlfriend was looks like the English speaker. That's who mainly I communicated with, other than like a Google Translate or something. So they were not happy that he entered the property.
And if we scroll down to looks like page 2, does it show the transaction of their attempts to get that vehicle back prior to the date they were actually able to obtain it?
Yes, it does.
Were they working at the direction of the civil standby officers in order to get this done?
Yes and no. They sometimes they had to wait for officers to show up. So they were kind of at the mercy of both precision towing and the officers. So they had to wait either for them or for the officers.
Okay. And do you recall which Jeep specifically belonged to Mr. Felix Martinez?
The Jeep Grand Cherokee that was towed on the 14th of October.
Okay. If we could please take this down. Is there, did I miss anything when it came to Mr. Felix Martinez?
I think that's it.
Okay. So the next alleged violation took place on what date?
October 17th, 2024.
And who was the complainant in that case?
Luis Martinez. And he
What?
owned a Toyota Tundra.
Okay. Yep. Toyota Tundra. And did you speak with Mr. Luis Martinez?
Yes, I did.
And what did you learn as part of your investigation into Mr. Mr. Luis Martinez's complaint?
So, and bear with me because a lot of this was through Google Translate because he mainly speaks Spanish. But he was towed on October 17th, 2024 at the O'Reilly Auto Parts store at 5861 North Broadway, which is actually across the street from the Super 8 on North Broadway. So he was towed. He parked in the parking lot at O'Reilly's. He returned and his car was missing. He called Precision Towing and Recovery, and the next day he went to the storage lot at the same storage lot we've been talking about to retrieve his vehicle. Because the Spanish and the different dialects, he wasn't able to figure out why his vehicle was towed. But he paid $1,200 to retrieve his Toyota. And he had to pay through Zelle. And when he received a receipt, it showed that he paid Reginald Berry the $1,200 to retrieve the vehicle.
Okay, let's break that down a little bit more. So, on what date did Luis Martinez make his complaint, or when was he towed?
October 17th, 2024.
And you had said from the O'Reilly Auto Parts store, is that right?
Correct.
If we could please pull up what's been marked as staff's hearing exhibit 28. Investigator Hazlett, did you ever go to this location?
Yes, I did.
And did you take any photographic evidence of what you saw at this location?
Yes, there were signs up at the location showing that Precision Towing and Recovery towed from that location.
Your Honor. Investigator Hazlett, what are we looking at here?
This is the sign that was posted outside O'Reilly's auto store showing that Precision Towing tows for that property.
And did you take this photograph?
Yes, I did.
Is it a fair and accurate representation of what the sign looked like on the date you took the photograph?
Yes.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit hearing exhibit 28.
28 is admitted.
And Investigator Hazlett, why did you take this photograph?
Because it just shows that Precision Towing and Recovery is offering to operate and tow from O'Reilly's auto parts store without a permit.
And without insurance?
And without insurance.
Okay, if we could please take this down. And in speaking with Mr. Luis Martinez, did you obtain any evidence of the sum that he had to pay to retrieve his vehicle, the Tundra?
Yes, he sent me kind of evidence to prove that he paid that Zelle payment of $1,200.
If we could please pull up what's been marked as staff's hearing exhibit 27, the public version. Investigator Hazlett, what are we looking at here?
This is the Spanish kind of banking information that he had provided me showing that the Precision Towing payment had gone through. And it looks like about $50 was charged to him as a surcharge.
So you're familiar with this exhibit?
Yes, I am.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit hearing exhibit 27, both the confidential and public version.
27 is admitted. Where does it
And
say on here that $50 is a basically transaction fee, presumably charged by Chase?
That is my guess because the other receipt that he gave me showing it was a Zelle payment was just for $1,200.
Okay,
I believe I looked up the translation right above where it says transaction. And I think
Okay.
it's it, but I could be wrong. But I'm just making the assumption that $50 because the Zelle payment only showed 1,200.
okay, thank you. Go ahead, Ms. Hayden.
and Investigator Hazlett, can you see what is the amount owed or paid to what's the amount paid indicated on this receipt?
It's $1,250 paid to Precision Towing.
Okay, thank you. All right, thank you. If we could please take this exhibit down. And was Mr. Luis Martinez able to retrieve his Tundra?
Yes, he did.
And you said you testified that this was for one night of storage. Is that right?
Correct.
Is that a reasonable rate for one night of storage?
That is definitely not.
Did you receive any type of invoice or anything from Precision for any of these tows?
No, none of the vehicle owners received an invoice. Almost every single complainant did ask for one. They never received one.
Okay, thank you. All right, the let's move to those February tows. If we could start with the Mercedes by Pastor Kevin Shaw. Was in February 7th, did you receive a complaint from Mr. Shaw?
Yes, Pastor Kevin Shaw filed a complaint that he was towed on February 7th. His Mercedes was towed from Best Buds Dispensary, located at 3814 North or 3814 Walnut Street in Denver.
And I'm sorry, and did you speak with Mr. Shaw?
Yes, it did.
And what did you learn?
Pastor Shaw had parked in the dispensary parking lot. He looked around, did not see any signs that would indicate that he was not allowed to park there. And then he walked to a local restaurant. And when he returned, his vehicle was missing. He was immediately approached by a male who gave him a business card for Precision Towing and Recovery and was told he could pick up his vehicle the next day.
All right. Was he able to do that?
Yes, he went to the storage lot, 2655 East 52nd Avenue, to retrieve his Mercedes. He had to pay $525 to get that vehicle out. He swiped his credit card on a card reader and received a receipt for Precision Painting Contractor LLC.
Okay. So let's break that down. If we could please pull up what's been marked as staff's hearing exhibit 18, the public version, please. Investigator Hazlett, what are we looking at here?
This is the receipt that Pastor Shaw had sent me, proving that he paid Precision Painting Contractor LLC to retrieve his vehicle.
And did you receive this in the course of your investigation?
Yes, I did.
And does the PUC regularly keep records like this as part of their investigations and doing business?
Yes.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit hearing exhibit 17. Oh, what 18?
And both public and confidential?
Yes, please, Your Honor, both public and confidential.
Both are admitted.
All right, Investigator Hazlett. So explain to us a little bit more, if we could. I can't see this one. Who was the payment made to?
It's Precision Painting Contractor LLC.
And who is that?
Well, after investigation, I learned that that company through Secretary of State is the registered agent is Reginald Berry.
Okay, and so what did you conclude in regards to this payment received by Mr. Berry from Mr. Shaw?
That he paid, um, ultimately he paid Reginald Berry for the retrieval of his vehicle,
Okay.
$525.
And on what date was this paid?
It looks like if we scroll up a little bit, it shows the date of the email that was sent to him. So February 8th, because his vehicle, no, yeah, because his vehicle was towed on February 7th. So he picked it up the next day.
Thank you. If we could please take this down. And do you recall what type of vehicle Mr. Shaw, excuse me, Pastor Shaw, had towed or owned?
It was a Mercedes, like a GX. I don't remember the GX,
Okay.
everything. Yes.
And did you obtain any further evidence about anything that transpired between Pastor Shaw and in regards to this tow?
Yeah, he had email communication back and forth with Precision Towing because he was disputing the charge that he made to get his vehicle out.
What kind of tow was this?
Well, I mean, it's from a commercial parking lot, so it'd be a private property tow. PPI is what they call it, but it's a commercial PPI,
What does PPI stand for?
private property impound.
Okay. And did you obtain those communications from Pastor Shaw?
Yes, it did.
If we could please pull up what's been marked as hearing exhibit 17. Investigator Hazlett, what are we looking at here?
So this is a communication between Pastor Shaw and Precision Towing.
And
So
did you receive these as part of your investigation?
yes, I did.
And did you keep this in the record regular course of business conducted by the PUC?
Yes.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit hearing exhibit 17.
17 is admitted.
All right, Investigator Hazlett, please explain what we're looking at here.
So this is text from Pastor Shaw to Precision Towing. I was wrong about the GX. It's GL 450 Mercedes. So this is him communicating to Precision Towing.
And if we could scroll down a bit, did Pastor Shaw indicate that he already had a dispute with regarding the tow?
Yeah, because he was told that the cost would be $525 to get his vehicle out. So he researched the public utilities website and learned that it was much less for a private property impound to get your vehicle out.
Uh,
So
and did Pastor Shaw try to remedy this with the um, tow operators at the time?
yeah, he was telling him, hey, the what you're charging me is too much. It should be this much. And they're telling him, well, that the price that listed on the commission's website is for residential, and that they're telling him this is a commercial PPI.
Okay. All right, if we could please take this down. And so as an investigator for the PUC, you could bring in your discretion violations for overcharging. Is that right?
I mean,
If founded.
yes. Yeah, if founded. I mean, there's lots of other charges I could have brought against Precision Towing, but ultimately they didn't have permit or insurance. So I felt that just go with basic.
Okay. And investigator Hazlett was there was an additional tow on this same day, is that right?
Yes.
Or
So
there's
let me
two
just
more.
interrupt. It's 10:35. We've been going over an hour and 15 minutes. Let's take a mid-morning break for, let's say 15 minutes until 10:50. So we'll be in recess until 10:50. Thank you. All right, is everybody ready to go?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, Judge.
Okay, we're back on the record in proceeding number 25G-0171TO. Ms. Hayden, you may continue.
Thank you. Investigator Hazlett, before we leave Pastor Shaw's Mercedes, you made mention of payment being made to Precision Painting. Is that right?
That's correct.
And I wanted to follow up on that. If we could please pull up what's been marked as staff's hearing exhibit 33. Investigator Hazlett, you would testify that that payment went to Precision Painting, is that right?
Correct.
And you also testified that Mr. Barry is the registered agent for that entity as well, is that right?
That's correct.
And as part of your investigation, did you review the Secretary of State's website for Precision Painting?
Yes, it did.
What are we looking at here?
This is the summary for Precision Painting Contracting LLC from Secretary of State.
And how do you recognize this?
I pulled the document from the website and saved it as the case file.
And is this kept in the regular course of PUC business?
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit hearing exhibit 33.
33 is admitted.
And when you, Investigator Hayes, why were you researching Precision Painting?
Because that was the receipt that the account was under that Pastor Shaw paid to retrieve his car.
And based on your investigation, who is the registered agent for Precision Painting?
Reginald Barry.
And is the street address the same one that he used on his application for a towing permit?
That's correct.
And is that principal office address, is that the same one or is that a different one that associated with this business?
It's the 201 South Cherokee is different.
Okay. And so what did you gather from the registered agent for Precision Painting?
That Reginald Barry is the registered agent for the company that was the account under where Shaw paid to retrieve his car. So really, he paid Reginald Barry to get his car out.
Thank you. If we could please take this exhibit down. All right. Moving on to the second tow that took place in February. Did you receive a complaint from a Corolla owner?
Yes, it did.
Who made that complaint? Excuse me.
It was Robert Kapner with Toyota Corolla.
Did you have an opportunity to speak with Mr. Kapner?
Yes, it did.
And what did you learn during your investigation?
His Toyota was towed on February 7th, 2025 from the Best Buds Dispensary, 3814 Walnut Street in Denver. Kind of the same, but that was the same location that Pastor. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, my hearing went. So his vehicle was towed from the Best Buds dispensary at 3814 Walnut Street. He pulled into the parking lot, did not see any signs indicating that he couldn't park there. So he parked and left for another business. He returned and his vehicle was missing. So he went into the dispensary to inquire about where his vehicle was. He was given a post-it note to call a number to retrieve his vehicle. So he was told that he can retrieve his vehicle the next day. And I'm gonna have to fix this. My hearing just went. Could I ask for a break?
Your Honor, if we could move for a 5-minute recess.
Do you think you need 5 minutes?
Will that work or are you good to go right now?
Well, okay, well, we'll take a recess for 5 minutes. So 11:01.
Thank you, Your Honor. Can you hear?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, Ms. Boulay, are you ready to go?
I am ready.
Okay, we're back on the record in proceeding number 25G-0171TO. You may proceed, Ms. Hayden.
Investigator Hazlett, we left off speaking about Mr. Kapner and his Corolla, who made a complaint. And you testified that his card was towed and he was given a post-it note. Is that right?
That's correct.
Do you know how much Mr. Kapner had to pay to get his car back?
He had to pay $725 the next day to retrieve his vehicle.
Do you know how he paid that?
He paid through he swiped his card through a card reader that was passed through a Tesla's crack of the window to the person that he was talking to at the storage lot.
Okay. Do you know whether that worked or not?
Yes, because he received a receipt that he paid $725 to Precision Painting Contractor LLC.
Okay. So let's break that down. Did you receive information from Mr. Kapner as part of your investigation?
Yes, it did.
And if we could please take a look at what's been marked as hearing exhibit 22, the public version. Investigator Hazlett, you had testified that Mr. Kapner had to pay a certain sum to get his car back. Is that right?
Yes.
What are we looking at here?
This is the receipt that he provided showing that he paid $725 to Precision Painting Contractor LLC.
And are you familiar with this receipt?
Yes, I am.
And is this kept in the ordinary course of investigative business by the PUC?
Yes.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit hearing exhibit 22, both the public and confidential version.
22, public and confidential, are both admitted.
Investigator Hazlett, and where did the money go?
To Precision Painting Contractor LLC, who is ultimately owned or registered agent is Reginald Berry.
And that was based on exhibits and prior testimony that you just gave, right?
That's correct.
Okay. And on what date was this payment made? If we could scroll down a little bit, I think it says. There it is.
February 7th, 2025.
Okay. And is that the date of the violation that you alleged?
Yes.
And if we could please take this down. Did Mr. Kapner incur any additional expenses in regards to this tow?
He did advise me that he had to take a lift to the storage lot to pick up his vehicle.
If we could please pull up what's been marked as staff's hearing exhibit 21. Oh, no, not that one. Sorry. Exhibit 20. And if we could scroll down, Investigator Hazlett, does this look familiar to you?
Yes, this is an email that was received part of the complaint from Mr. Kapner.
And if we could please continue to scroll through this page. Is this information that you had requested from Mr. Kapner as part of your investigation?
He provided it when initially filing the complaint.
Okay. And did you keep this in the regular course of your investigative business with the PUC?
Yes, it did.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit hearing exhibit 20.
20 is admitted.
And Investigator Hazlett, what additional information did Mr. Kapner include as far as his damages were concerned in relation to this tow?
That he took an addition. He had an additional almost $18, $17.99 for he incurred due to the tow of his vehicle.
Thank you. If we could please take this down. And can you explain the circumstances as to how this payment was made?
Uh, so when he got to the storage lot, he was interacting with an individual. Another individual was in a white Tesla that was parked at this right by the storage lot. The individual opened his window a crack, handed the card reader to the individual that Mr. Kapner was interacting with, and that's what he used to swipe his card to pay for the payment.
Investigator Hazlett, based on your investigation, are you aware of what kind of vehicle Mr. Berry drives?
Yes, after that situation or after that interaction and what he told me, I researched what kind of car Mr. Berry owns.
If we could please pull up what's been marked as staff's hearing exhibit 37, the public version. Investigator Hazlett, did you research research that information on who might be driving a white Tesla?
Yes. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
What are we looking at here?
This is through the Department of Revenue, Division of Motor Vehicles. We can research license plates, VINs, names of owners, and this is the license. Well, this is the Tesla that is owned by Reginald Berry.
Are you familiar with this document?
Yes, I am.
And is it kept in the regular course of business?
Yes.
If we could scroll down, Your Honor. Well, let me back up. Investigator Hazlett, what kind of car is this?
It's a Tesla Model Y. And you can see that he purchased the vehicle on October 24th, October 21st, 2024.
And who is the registered owner?
Reginald Berry.
Where does that indicate that on this page?
It's in the second column on the right. It says Reginald D. Andrea Berry. It's right underneath vehicle information. There's a line.
Okay. Oh yeah, there it is. I can see it now. Thank you.
Mhm.
Your Honor, staff would move to admit this hearing into evidence. However, this was not part of the initial pre-filed exhibits requested by the commission. This information came in later in the investigation last week and was just added to the file. So if the court's not inclined to admit it, we just ask the court to take judicial notice.
Okay, let me just ask very quickly, Investigator Hazlett, did you obtain the license plate number from whoever the witness was on this?
No, because at the time that the interaction, he had a temporary license plate on the vehicle. So I was kind of waiting until he actually registered the vehicle. I looked up ownership of different vehicles that he had on a website we call TLO. It's kind of like a law enforcement website that we can look up lots of information on an individual. And it took him a while to register the Tesla. So once I finally got the registration information, that's when I was able to pull this up.
Okay, this exhibit looks like you did a plate search on it, which suggests to me in any event that you had the plate number before you ran the search in this database. Do I have that right?
Yes, eventually he did register it, and when I looked him up again on TLO, I would do it monthly, and then that's when the license plate popped up on TLO showing that he did register the Tesla, and then that's where I used the DMV website with that license plate to pull the information from the DMV website.
Okay, and I think you had testified that the witness said that this was a white Tesla.
Mhm.
Is the color of this vehicle indicated anywhere in this address?
Unfortunately, the DMV website doesn't It doesn't display the color.
Okay. Does the other database that you searched, I think you referenced it a couple times, may not have heard you correctly, but DLO, do I have that right?
TLO, T is in
Okay.
Tom, LO. I can't remember if it actually puts, I think it says a suggested color or it says it could be this color. I kind of took it as he owns a Tesla and Reginald Berry owns a Tesla. There was a Tesla seen at the storage lot. I kind of took assumption that that was owned by Reginald Berry, that the one that he passed through the card reader was him.
And so, did the witness provide any other identifying information regarding this Tesla, or was it just, it's a white Tesla? Is that the information you obtained?
Yes, it was just a white Tesla.
Okay, all right. So Ms. Hayden, I'll admit this. What is the exhibit number? I think you said 37, but it's been a while now, so I may not have a good memory of it.
Yes, Your Honor. It's Staff's Exhibit 37, both the confidential and public version.
Okay. They're both admitted. Go ahead.
Thank you. We can take this down. And Investigator Hazlett, just a bit more along these lines of questioning. Do you have personal knowledge of Mr. Berry driving a personal white Tesla?
I mean, for just recently I had additional complaints for that he was towing. So using the TLO website, there was an additional address for him in Littleton. So I went to that address and I saw that there was a white Tesla parked inside the driveway or backed in the garage. And then there was another vehicle that was listed on TLO that Reginald Berry owns. So the address, the most current address listed on TLO, Reginald Berry had a white Tesla and another vehicle that he owned right outside his residence.
Thank you. In any of the prior complaints that you received that we've discussed today, did any of the complainants make reference of a white Tesla on scene?
I think Robert Kepner was the only one, but I could be mistaken.
Okay. Any other additional information when it comes to complainant Kepner and his Corolla?
I think that is it.
All right, moving on to the fifth tow or the third tow for February 7th. Who made a complaint regarding another Jeep?
Rebecca Novak filed a complaint for her Jeep Grand Cherokee.
And what did you speak with Ms. Novak?
Yes, it did.
And what did you learn based on your investigation?
So on February 7th, 2025, she parked her vehicle at the Best Buds dispensary located at 3814 Walnut Street. She parked in the parking lot. She came back and her vehicle was missing. When she came back, she was given a business card for Precision Towing and Recovery. She provided that business card, and it was the same business card that the pastor received. Forgot his name right now. I'm sorry. Pastor Shaw. Sorry. It was the same business card that he received. So she actually retrieved her vehicle 2 days later and paid $525 to retrieve it at the same location at 2655 East 52nd Avenue.
And did you receive, did Ms. Novak provide you a receipt at your request for that transaction?
Yes, she did.
If we could please pull up what's been marked as Staff's Hearing Exhibit 31, the public version, please. Investigator Hazlett, what are we looking at here?
This is the receipt that the complainant had provided, saying that she paid $525 to Precision Towing. And the name on the receipt says Reginald Berry.
Are you familiar with this document?
Yes, I am.
And how are you familiar with this document?
it was provided to me by the complainant and saved in my case file.
And is that done in the regular course of PUC investigations?
Yes.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit both the confidential and public version of hearing exhibit 31.
31 is admitted.
Investigator Hazlett, to whom was payment made?
It was paid, this is actually, I believe, a Venmo, and it was paid to Reginald Berry. The account was under, on the bottom, it says Reginald Berry, Reginald-Berry-14. And then it has quotes, Precision Towing.
Okay. And in what amount?
$500 to $25.
And was there any fee assessed in this transaction?
Yes, I believe there was a fee that was processed from her bank.
Is that indicated on this receipt?
No, it's not on this. Oh, sorry. Yes, $15.69. Sorry.
Okay, that's okay. And you said this was what kind of payment was this?
I believe it was a Venmo.
Okay. And do you know why it was a Venmo payment?
I believe the scanner had gone down, so she had to pay through Venmo.
Okay, if we could please take this down and pull up what's been marked as staff's hearing exhibit 30, the public version. Did Ms. Novak provide you any additional information in regards to this, the complaint that she made?
Well, she had communication by text, and then also I mentioned before that she had provided that business card that she received that night that she was towed.
And did you receive this information in the course of your investigation for the PUC?
Yes.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit both the public and confidential version of hearing exhibit 30.
30 is admitted, both of them.
Investigator Hazlett, why did you include this information in your investigation?
It just shows a trend that it's the same phone number that everyone has been texting back and forth. And two, it just shows the interaction she had with the people that towed her car, Precision Towing and Recovery.
Does this information indicate that Ms. Novak requested an invoice?
Yes, it does.
Did Ms. Novak ever receive an invoice for the tow?
No, she didn't.
Did the PUC ever receive any information in regards to any of the invoices for these tows?
No.
If we could please take this exhibit down. Investigator Hazlett. Before we move on from the tows, is there anything else you'd want to add to either of those 5 tows that were consolidated into this CPAN?
No, I think we covered everything.
Investigator Hazlett, do you know whether this is the first time Mr. Berry of Precision Towing has come before the commission?
No, that's not.
Do you have knowledge of a prior CPAN that was issued to Mr. Berry?
Yes, I do.
Do you know the circumstances of that case?
Yes, from what I believe a vehicle was parked on a public street in Aurora. It was towed. The homeowner requested for the vehicle to be towed because it was parked in front of their house and they considered it abandoned. Precision Towing towed the vehicle and then immediately tried to scrap it. And then it was police report was filed as a stolen vehicle. And then a coworker investigated the case, Investigator Potts.
Was a CPAN issued in that case?
Yes, it was.
What were the alleged violations of PUC rules in that prior CPAN?
No permit, no towing permit, and no insurance on file with the commission.
Do you know when those tows took place, or on or about the date of that CPAN?
So the tow took place in November of 2023.
And is that within the requisite time period under the rules to double the civil penalty imposed in this case?
Yes, the CPAN was issued on February 1st of 2024, and then a hearing took place after that, I believe in July of 2024.
So did that matter went to hearing?
Yes.
Did Mr. Berry appear?
Yes, he did.
In fact, he testified in that case, did he not?
That's correct.
Was the decision issued?
Yes, it was.
Do you know what the result of that decision was?
He was adjudicated for the offenses, and then he was told to pay a civil penalty of $1,000.
Your Honor, staff would ask the commission to take judicial notice of decision number R24-0622 in proceeding number 25G-0053TO.
Okay, judicial notice is taken of that decision.
Okay. I also have that teed up as an exhibit if the commission would prefer an exhibit.
No, I don't think it's necessary.
Investigator Hazlett, was the civil penalty imposed in that case ever paid?
No, it was not.
Has the PUC had any additional complaints against Mr. Berry and Precision Towing since the inception of this case?
Yes.
On or about when were those complaints made?
Those were complaints in the summer of 2025.
Did you issue another CPAN to Mr. Berry?
Yes, it did.
And what violations of the PUC rules are you alleging in that CPAN?
No permit, no towing permit, and no insurance on file with the commission.
And did you have the opportunity to speak with Mr. Berry directly about that?
Yes, he called me regarding the CPAN that I sent him.
And during that conversation, were you able to address the pending CPAN with him?
Yes, I did mention, because I told him that the CPAN that I had previously issued that we're talking about right now was going to a hearing, and I told him the date, told him the time, and I told him I would send the Zoom link as soon as I received, or when I received it. So he said he would want to attend because to give his side of the story, right? So.
Okay. But did he indicate when you spoke with him that he had knowledge of this pending CPAN?
Yeah, yes, he did.
Let's see. Investigator Hazlett, do you have any recommendations for the commission?
Before you ask that, let me just ask, as we're here, Investigator Hazlett, what did Mr. Berry say that indicated he had prior knowledge of this CPAN, if you remember?
He told me that he recalled, because I sent him an email because all his stuff came back undeliverable. So I sent him an email. So he recalled me giving him notice about the CPAN and giving him notice about the tows that he had done that we're talking about right now. He just kept saying that he doesn't live here anymore. He lives in California, and that he no longer operates the towing business. So I told him, come to the hearing, give your side of it, give evidence to show that he is in California.
But he had indicated to you that he already knew about this CPAN?
Yes.
Okay. And how did he do that?
Well, he was upset by the new CPAN that I issued. And he was just saying that he doesn't understand why he keeps getting these CPAN notices for these tows when he's not doing it because he lives in California.
And at any time during your conversation, well, first of all, you told him the date and time of this hearing?
Correct.
At any time did he say, oh, I can't do that, I'd have a conflict, scheduling or otherwise?
No, he never indicated that he had a conflict.
Okay. And when was that conversation?
The 21st of October. It should be a Tuesday. Tuesday the 21st. Does that sound right?
Give me a moment.
Yes, Tuesday is the 21st. Sorry, I looked at the calendar.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you for that. Go ahead, Ms. Hayden.
And Investigator Hazlett, during your conversation with Mr. Barry, did he indicate that he or his family had received copies of all of this current pending CPAN? Is that right?
Yes, because I sent it to the address in Littleton that I had, the new one. I sent it certified, and then I also sent it regular mail, just in case they didn't want to accept it.
And did he indicate to you that he had copies of this current pending case?
He didn't specifically say he had copies of this CPAN. He didn't talk too much about this CPAN. He mainly talked about the new CPAN.
Okay. But you informed him that this Zoom link would allow him to appear from wherever he is in the world, if that were the case. Is that right?
That exactly, yes.
Investigator Hazlett, do you have any recommendations for the commission?
Yes, I would like for all the vehicle owners to be given a refund for their tows, and for the penalties to be issued to the full penalties to be issued to Reginald Berry, and for him to be given an order to cease and desist without a until he obtains a towing permit. Oh, and any fees that anyone incurred through their tow, their, the lift fee or their service fee that the bank issued them, all that should be paid back to these vehicle owners. That's it.
Thank you for your testimony, Investigator Hazlett. Your Honor, staff has no further questions.
Okay, thank you. In just a moment. Investigator Hazlett, just maybe just one question. When was it that you went to, I believe it was the address in Littleton, where you saw the Tesla backed into the garage, I believe you said?
Yes. It was over the summer. I don't remember the exact date or time, but I do recall it was in the summer. It was after I received these additional towing complaints. And I can't put I took pictures. If I need to, I can access my folder to pull a picture of the date and time that I went there, but I cannot think of the date and time. But I was definitely the summer of 2025, probably middle to late, June or July, somewhere that around there. Sorry
Okay.
if I don't have the exact.
No, that's fine. That's helpful. Do you have any reason to believe that Mr. Berry has not moved to California and is in fact still living here in the Metro Denver area?
I believe he still lives here I think he's still living here in Colorado. I think he's the one operating the towing company with a friend of his, Dominic Goodlow. I think him and his buddy are the ones towing, and I think he's the one that lives in Littleton. He has a Tesla that's registered him. It was parked in front of his house. All indications show that he's here. I've looked on TLO, which shows addresses for him, and nothing shows for California.
Okay. And earlier during your testimony, there was an exhibit, I don't remember the number, that showed all of the contact information maintained in the commission's IFMS system. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
And what does IFMS stand for again?
Integrated Filing Management System.
Okay, thank you for that.
Mhm.
Who provided all of that contact information that's maintained in IFMS?
It was Reginald Berry.
Okay, and is he required to provide that information and or keep it updated?
That yes, when he initially filed for a towing permit, he put all that information into the database, and there is a commission rule that states that he has to keep the information current within, I believe it's 2 days, within moving or updating an address. And before storing a vehicle and any other property, he has to file the address with the commission before storing the vehicle. So it is his responsibility to provide that information.
Okay. And was that the information that was used to address the CPAN and attempt to serve the CPAN in this proceeding?
Yes, it was.
All right. Thank you. That's all I have. Ms. Hayden, do you have anything else in light of my questions?
I do briefly. Investigator Hazlett, do you know of Mr. Barry operating any other businesses of recent?
Yes. So he has a smoke shop that he had registered with Secretary of State, and then you had located an auto body shop that was in Arvada that he recently just filed within, I think it was in October of 2025, for Secretary of State for an auto body shop in Arvada.
Was that, did you check the Secretary of State's website on that? Or have you seen a verification of that?
Yeah.
And did Mr. Barry incorporate that business within the last 2-3 months, you say?
Yes.
In what city and state?
I believe it was Arvada, Colorado.
And do you know the name of the business?
I do not remember.
Do you know what type of business it is?
It wasn't, I looked it up. It was an auto body shop. Like a auto garage of some sort.
And do you know who the registered agent is for that?
Yeah,
auto
listed
garage?
as Reginald Barry.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. So Investigator Hazlett, that's if your testimony, I appreciate it very much. You're done.
Thank you.
So, Ms. Hayden, do you have anything further?
Nothing further, Your Honor. The staff
Okay.
rests.
Okay. And Mr. Barry has not shown up here today. So with that, so there's not going to be a respondent's case presented. So I'm going to go ahead and close the evidentiary record. And let me just state as well, I'm going to find that Mr. Barry, the respondent, has failed to appear today. I've not received any communications from Mr. Barry or anybody representing him indicating that he wanted to attend but could not today. As the record evidence establishes, Investigator Hazlett had a conversation with Mr. Barry in which she informed him about the date and time of this hearing and provided him with the Zoom link to be able to participate in this hearing. Mr. Barry obviously has not attended. Beyond that, the certificate of service to the decision number R25-0636-I that scheduled this hearing was served on the respondent by email at precisiontowing6@gmail.com and by US mail at two addresses in IFMS, 420 West Cedar Avenue, apartment 102 in Denver, Colorado, 80223, and also at 2655 East 52nd Avenue in Denver, Colorado, 80223 as well. And the evidence also establishes that those addresses and the email address are included in the IFMS database as contact information for the respondent. And that information was provided by respondent as required by rule. And there's also a rule, I don't have it in front of me currently, but as Investigator Hazlett testified, there's a rule that requires individuals like Mr. Barry who operate towing companies to maintain and update their contact information. So, finally, the evidence also establishes that Investigator Hazlett sent the CPAN in this proceeding to the registered agent, Anthony Chacon, who is identified in the Colorado Secretary of State's database as the registered agent for precision towing and recovery. And finally, as noted, Investigator Hazlett spoke with Mr. Berry, and as I found already, informed him of the date and time of this hearing, and at no time did Mr. Berry state to Investigator Hazlett or communicate with me in any way that he wanted to attend this hearing but could not. So based on all of those findings, I'm going to find and conclude that the respondent has failed to appear here today. So with that, Ms. Hayden, is there anything further for me to do today, or that you want me to consider?
No, Your Honor, nothing further.
Okay. So you know the drill, but I'm going to take this under advisement. I'm required to issue a written decision, which will be called a recommended decision. Once I issue that decision, which will be in writing, there will be 20 days for anybody who's dissatisfied with my decision to file exceptions that the commissioners, the three commissioners of the Public Utilities Commission, will then decide. The exceptions they are required to contain all of the problems with my recommended decision as seen by the filer, and basically ask the three commissioners to change my decision in some way. So I'm going to write a recommended decision. After it issues, within 20 days after that, whoever is dissatisfied with my decision will have the right to file exceptions disputing what I've found and or concluded in the recommended decision. So with that, I'll ask one more time, Ms. Hayden, is there anything further that you'd that I need to consider today?
No, Your Honor, unless you're looking for something specific and want to relay that to me, I'll get it to you. Otherwise, no.
Just giving you every opportunity
Excuse me.
to
Thank you,
have
Your
me.
Honor.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so with that, let me thank you for the presentation here today, and we are adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.